dodging gazelle, we reach exactly the opposite conclusion. Does the designer's left hand not know what his right hand is doing? Is he a sadist who enjoys the spectator's sport and is forever upping the ante on both sides to increase the thrill of the chase? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Is it really part of the divine plan that the leopard shall lie down with the kid and the lion eat straw like the ox? In that case, what price the formidable carnassial teeth, the murderous claws of the lion and the leopard? Whence the breathtaking speed and agile escapology of the antelope and the zebra? Needless to say, no such problems arise on the evolutionary interpretation of what is going on. Each side is struggling to outwit the other because on both sides, those individuals who succeed will automatically pass on the genes that contributed to their success. Ideas of futility and waste spring to our minds because we are human and capable of looking at the welfare of the whole ecosystem. Natural selection cares only for the survival and reproduction of individual genes. Coming now to the last chapter, indeed the last page, it's called There is Grandeur in This View of Life, which you'll recognize as a quotation from the last paragraph of Darwin's Origin of Species. My last chapter takes every sentence of Darwin's last paragraph and makes each sentence into one of my section headings. The body of the section is an exegesis of that sentence of Darwin. And the last page is part of an exegesis of the last sentence of Darwin's book. Endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful, have been and are being evolved. The fact of our own existence is almost too surprising to bear. So is the fact that we are surrounded by a rich ecosystem of animals that more or less closely resemble us, by plants that resemble us a little less and on which we ultimately depend for our nourishment, and by bacteria that resemble our remoter ancestors and to which we shall all return in decay when our time is past. Darwin was way ahead of his time in understanding the magnitude of the problem of our existence as well as in tumbling to its solution. He was ahead of his time too in appreciating the mutual dependencies of animals and plants and all other creatures in relationships whose intricacy staggers the imagination. How is it that we find ourselves not merely existing, but surrounded by such complexity, such elegance, such endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful? The answer is this: it could not have been otherwise, given that we are capable of noticing our existence at all and of asking questions about it. It is no accident, as cosmologists point out to us, that we see stars in our sky. There may be universes without stars in them, universes whose physical laws and constants leave the primordial hydrogen evenly spread and not concentrated into stars. But nobody is observing those universes, because entities capable of observing anything cannot evolve without stars. Not only does life need at least one star to provide energy, stars are also the furnaces in which the majority of the chemical elements are forged, and you can't have life without a rich chemistry. We could go through the laws of physics one by one and say the same thing of all of them. It is no accident that we see ... The same is true of biology. It is no accident that we see green almost wherever we look. It is no accident that we find ourselves perched on one tiny twig in the midst of a blossoming and flourishing tree of life. No accident that we are surrounded by millions of other species, eating, growing, rotting, swimming, walking, flying, burrowing, stalking, chasing, fleeing, outpacing, outwitting. Without green plants to outnumber us at least 10 to 1, there would be no energy to power us. Without the ever-escalating arms races between predators and prey, parasites and hosts. Without Darwin's war of nature, without his famine and death, there would be no nervous systems capable of seeing anything at all, let alone appreciating and understanding it. We are surrounded by endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful, and it is no accident, but the direct consequence of evolution by non-random natural selection, the only game in town, the greatest show on earth. Thank you very much.